Today, the Illinois Supreme Court ruled a controversial part of the SAFE-T Act can take effect statewide this fall. That decision will make Illinois the first state in the nation to eliminate cash bail. WGN's Dana Rebick is here with reaction.
Well, this was a 5-2 decision split right down party lines. Many expected that to happen. The Chief Justice in her ruling said the state constitution does not mandate that cash bail is the only way to make sure criminal defendants appear for trial or to protect the public.
I feel like we're on the right side of history. This has been a 10-year effort for a coalition of activists, advocates, stakeholders to get us to this point.
Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx celebrating the state Supreme Court's decision Tuesday, which clears the way for the elimination of cash bail in Illinois in 2 months' time.
Under my administration, we will repeal the SAFE-T Act because we must.
It was a hotly contested issue during the governor's race, the cash bail portion of the SAFE-T Act divisive.
I do think there was a more insidious and downright dishonest campaign by those who sought to strike fear in the public.
I remain concerned that we're going to see spikes in certain areas of crime and certain people because we can't hold them.
I'm here for a retail theft, under $300. I'm in here because I don't have any money. I am poor. I don't have any money to pay my bond.
They were being held because they couldn't come up with $100.
When we visited the Cook County Jail back in 2016, we heard many stories like this. Some inmates held for years, charged with low-level, non-violent crimes awaiting trial.
During that time, they're supposed to be presumed innocent under our system of justice, but the reality is they are locked up just as they would be had they been convicted.
The SAFE-T Act passed in 2021 and was amended in December 2022 before a judge in Kankakee County ruled the no cash bail portion unconstitutional. That lower court ruling now overturned in this landmark decision, making Illinois the first state to eliminate cash bail entirely. If a prosecutor feels a defendant facing most forcible felonies is a risk to the public or might flee, they will ask a judge to approve pretrial detention. But in some Class 4 felonies like battery without great bodily harm, offenders cannot be held anymore.
Unfortunately, there are still some offenses, burglary being one of them. Unless there's injury to a person during the course of the burglary, judges will not have the ability to detain people for burglary if they find that they're a threat to the community.
Others feel this paves the way to make jails a home for the dangerous, not the destitute.
The prosecutor celebrates when we make sure that our communities are safe and that people are not leaving our jails who should be held simply because they have access to a checkbook.
Kim, here's a statement from J.B. Pritzker, who says we can now move forward with historic reform to ensure pretrial detainment is determined by the danger an individual poses to the community instead of by their ability to pay their way out of jail. Now, Kim Foxx says over the next 2 months, her staff will be going through some refreshed training and that she wants to ensure adequate staffing during these new pretrial detention hearings. And we have heard that defendants who are currently being held because they couldn't post bond, they can file petitions for pretrial release now beginning on September 18th.
All right. Well, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul also reacting to the ruling today, saying in part, someone's experience with the criminal justice system should not vary based on their income level. The law ensures that the decision about whether people are detained pending trial is not based on whether they can afford to pay for their release.
And one of the law's main challengers, Will County State's Attorney James Glasgow, released a statement. The reason, part, our mission was never to stop principled bail reform, but to ensure our criminal justice system continues to protect the safety of the law-abiding citizens of Illinois from ruthless, violent criminals.